The 108 District Court is now in session. Honorable Judge Dio presiding. Thank you. Court is now in session. We call case number 12345, John Garcia versus Samuel Smith is now in session. We will now hear opening statement from the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Mara Rosales and I represent John Garcia. Today, we will hear how Samuel Smith, the defendant in this case, racially profiled Mr. Garcia and broke ethical code by accusing him of possession of illegal drugs and arresting him for it. I will prove that Mr. Smith was unconstitutional in his accusation. And Your Honor, this is why we ask for a verdict of guilty. Thank you.
Thank you. Would the defense like to give your opening now, or would you like to refer until the prosecution rests their case?
I would like to give my opening now.
You may.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the court, my name is Eva Baker. Today I am representing the defendant, Samuel Smith, in the case of John Garcia versus Samuel Smith. He is being accused of racially profiling John Garcia despite having no history of racial profiling, as well as being widely known as a well-standard and ethical deputy. Your Honor, we ask for a verdict of not guilty.
Thank you. Will the prosecution begin their argument now?
Yes, Your Honor. Our first piece of evidence behind our claim that Samuel Smith was unconstitutional in his job is the Constitution itself. Namely, the Equal Protection Clause within the 14th Amendment, which states, "Nor shall any state deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." In assuming that Mr. Garcia was in possession of illegal drugs despite no evidence, we can infer that the real reason behind Mr. Garcia's arrest is that Mr. Smith had racially profiled him, which, as we see in the 14th Amendment, is unconstitutional and unethical.
Your Honor, if I may.
Go ahead.
Ms. Rosales, if I am to be honest, it seems to me as if you are fabricating an issue here. Racial profiling is simply not a real thing. Those who are accused of crimes are almost certainly deserving of it. I mean, do you really believe that the men who dedicate their lives every day to protecting the people would then go around and accuse those same people who they are meant to protect?
Ms. Baker, may I ask you if you have seen the hashtag #PermitPatty on Twitter? That is
Don't bring that up, please. That woman was right to call the police. Who knows where that little black girl could have gotten those water bottles from? And she thinks it's okay to sell them on the street without a permit? That's just...
She was 8 years old. She wasn't even doing anything wrong. And she isn't the only one to be racially profiled like that. Last June, Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office deputies and ICE officers detained a Latina woman who was out buying milk for her 3-year-old son for no reason. They pressured her to lead them to her home, where they also detained her 10-year-old son, her father, and her uncle.
Yes, but like I said earlier, an officer of the law would never unfairly accuse someone. I'm sure that the deputies who detained that woman and her family had a perfectly reasonable cause unrelated to race.
But they didn't, though. That's been proven. Also, perhaps you should do some research regarding your beloved cops. In 2006, a study regarding racially biased policing was done by Billy R. Close and Patrick L. Mason. The study found that police do apply more severe sanctions against a different race when compared to the same race groups. The prosecution rests our case.